Big Bang pointing to God is not a God of gaps argument. The Big Bang theory, which describes the origin of the universe as an immense explosion of space, time, and energy approximately 13.8 billion years ago, is one of the most widely accepted scientific explanations for the beginning of the cosmos. This theory has profound implications, not just for cosmology, but also for philosophy and theology. As we have discussed in other videos, the Big Bang points to the existence of God as the cause of the universe. Some atheists dismiss this inference as a God of the gaps argument, but this characterization is a misunderstanding of the argument's nature and intent. In this video, we will explore why invoking God in the context of the Big Bang is not a God of the gaps argument, and how it reflects a deeper, more coherent understanding of the relationship between science and metaphysics. The Big Bang and the concept of creation. The Big Bang theory does not merely address a gap in our scientific knowledge, but fundamentally changes our understanding of the universe's origin. Before the Big Bang, there was no space, time, matter, or energy. Nothing in the physical sense existed. This raises the profound question, what caused the universe to come into existence from nothing? From a philosophical and theological perspective, this question is not about filling a gap in scientific knowledge with a divine placeholder, but about addressing the metaphysical implications of the universe's beginning. The Big Bang points to a singular starting point for the universe, which suggests the need for a cause that is not itself bound by time, space, or matter. This cause, many argue, must be something outside of the physical universe, an uncaused, necessary being, which is what many theistic traditions identify as God. Why pointing to God is not a God of the gaps argument. 1. Metaphysical necessity, not scientific ignorance. The argument for God based on the Big Bang is not rooted in scientific ignorance, but in metaphysical necessity. The question of why the universe exists at all, rather than nothing, is a question that science, by its nature, cannot answer, because it transcends empirical observation and delves into the realm of metaphysics. The cause of the universe must be something beyond the physical realm, which leads to the conclusion of a transcendent cause, God. This argument is not about filling a gap in our scientific understanding of how the universe operates, but about explaining the very existence of the universe in the first place. The Big Bang theory describes the process by which the universe expanded from an initial singularity, but it does not explain why there was a singularity or why the universe exists. The invocation of God addresses this deeper question of existence, which is not subject to empirical investigation in the same way that scientific questions are. 2. The cosmological argument and causality. The argument for God in the context of the Big Bang is closely related to the cosmological argument, particularly the version articulated by philosophers like Thomas Aquinas and contemporary thinkers like William Lane Craig. The cosmological argument posits that everything that begins to exist has a cause, and since the universe began to exist, it must have a cause. This cause, which must be outside of time, space, and matter, is what we refer to as God. This reasoning is not a God of the gaps argument because it does not depend on current scientific limitations. Even if we had a complete scientific understanding of the Big Bang, including the mechanisms by which it occurred, the question of why there is something rather than nothing would remain. The cosmological argument seeks to explain the existence of the universe as a whole, not just the processes within it. 3. Consilience with scientific understanding. Rather than being in opposition to science, the argument for God as the cause of the Big Bang is consistent with the scientific understanding of the universe. The Big Bang theory itself points to a beginning of time, space, and matter, which aligns with the idea of creation ex nihilo, creation out of nothing, found in many religious traditions. Far from being a retreat into ignorance, this argument sees scientific discovery as revealing deeper truths about the nature of reality and the necessity of a cause beyond the physical universe. Moreover, many of the greatest scientists in history, including those who have contributed significantly to our understanding of the Big Bang, have seen their work as compatible with belief in a creator. For example, Georges Lemaitre, the Catholic priest and physicist who first proposed the idea of an expanding universe, saw no conflict between his scientific work and his faith in God as the creator. 4. Philosophical depth and theological coherence. The invocation of God in the context of the Big Bang is not an ad hoc explanation, but is deeply rooted in philosophical and theological traditions that have long grappled with the nature of existence and causality. These traditions argue that the universe's existence requires a reason or cause that is not contingent and that does not itself require a cause, an unmoved mover or a necessary being. This reasoning is not undermined by advances in scientific knowledge, but is instead complemented by them. The more we learn about the universe's origins, the more profound the question of why there is a universe at all becomes. The theological explanation that God is the necessary cause of the universe is not an attempt to fill gaps in our knowledge, but to provide a coherent and comprehensive account of reality that includes both the physical and metaphysical dimensions. Conclusion: the argument that the Big Bang points to the existence of God is not a God of the gaps argument. It is not based on ignorance or a lack of scientific understanding, but on the recognition that the existence of the universe itself requires a cause that is beyond the physical realm. The Big Bang theory, by pointing to a beginning of time, space, and matter, aligns with the idea of a creator who brought the universe into existence. This argument is consistent with the principles of metaphysics and philosophy, which seek to understand the fundamental nature of existence. It complements, rather than contradicts, the scientific understanding of the universe and provides a coherent explanation for why there is something rather than nothing. The invocation of God in the context of the Big Bang represents a reasoned and thoughtful engagement with one of the most profound questions of existence. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And comment below if you agree or would like to add your thoughts.